What is the one thing that will break your budget? Overspending. I'm gonna tell you guys what had happened was, oh my gosh, somebody tell me what happened. Let's get into it. Hey guys, I'm Tasha from the Major Change Group, where we believe small changes can create big results. And for the month of August, I don't know what had happened. No, seriously. So in my last video, I was talking to you guys about how, I'm finally seeing the principal on my student loan going down. And in June, I had actually paid off over $5,000 in credit card debt that was at a 0% interest rate. So I was happy about that. And my stretch goal is to pay off my car note by the end of the year. Now, with only 4 months remaining in the year, this is not really the time for me to start, overspending. I really have to stick to the goals that I have created for myself. Now, before we get started, drop down in the description and pick up my free budget and debt repayment worksheet. And you can do it along with me. While I'm not gonna do my actual budget in this video, you can check out one of the links where I actually go through my budget. And I even have another video where I was doing my debt repayment also. So check out one of those videos. Now, when you're doing a budget, or at least when I'm doing a budget, for the most part, I always usually stick to the budget. But you know how sometimes, even like on a diet, sometimes you might be a little bit flexible when you feel like you've been doing a good job. And so I really feel like that's what I did. I was just really being a little bit more flexible with myself this month than I have in previous months. Because really what happens is, you might be spending $5 here, $15 here, $20 there, and then, life happens, and that's really kind of what happened. But, really it was some extra things going on. So in this video, I'm going to tell you, some tips that I'm going to do to help me to stick to my budget this time, and especially for the rest of the month, but also tell you guys what did I really spend that money on. Drop down in the comments and let me know, do you ever overspend on your budget? Like, what are some tips and tricks that you do to make sure that you are sticking to your budget? Now, stick to the end, because I'm going to tell you exactly the dollar amount that I spent overall, but I'm just going to give you like some quick highlights, some of the funny stuff I think, and some of, just some of the funny stuff that I did in my spending. But first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a zero-based budget. Now, I've really been doing a 50-30-20 budget where 50% of your budget is on your needs, 30% are on your wants, and 20% is savings. Now, my basic needs, your four walls, are not 50% of my income. I really think that your needs really should probably be about 35% of your income. And that really gave me a little bit extra money that I could put, kind of on my wants section. And so, I did more wants. And even though I'm doing a saving challenge, I really could have, if I was doing the zero-based budget, I could have allocated the money a little bit better. So I think for the rest of the year, I'm going to do more so of a zero-based budget and really be intentional on where I want the money to go. So definitely get that free budget and debt repayment worksheet in the description. Now, one of the things that I did this month, and Tanisha, if you're watching, this is your fault. So one of the first things that I did you guys see my video where I was talking about that secret Starbucks menu, and it was the Twix Frappuccino? Oh my gosh, you guys. Now I ought to be ashamed of myself, but since the video came out, since Tanisha had put her video out, y'all, I done been to Starbucks probably about every day. So I done probably spent about, I got my notes here. I have spent about, and I went today and I said, I was talking to my mom yesterday, because when I was writing down everything that I wanted to put in the video, and I was telling her how much I spent, and I was just like, I'm not going to Starbucks anymore. And then this morning, you guys, it was just like it was calling my name, and so I ended up going to Starbucks this morning, and so I'm just addicted. So I don't know how I'm gonna stop going to Starbucks, but you definitely have to check that video out. And I don't know if you should try it because it is so good, especially if you like Twix. I don't know, you might get addicted like me. So I have spent like $70 on these Twix Frappuccinos. I think it's about the last 2 weeks. So that is definitely, I don't know. It's not good for my waistline, and it's not good for my pocketbook. So for the rest of the month, I'm gonna try my best. But we only got 2 days in the month. But I'm definitely gonna kind of cool down on the Twix Frappuccinos. The second thing that I spend my money on is, you know how sometimes kind of things come up to where, let's say, you know, you might have a friend that invites you here. You know, people might invite you to things. Well, I got invited to a birthday dinner, and I spent about $80. So between the dinner, and then I had to pay the part, I spent $80 on that. So, you know, when you're creating your budget, you just want to make sure that you have like a set allocation for things like that. Number 3. Now this is where it starts to get real. Now you guys, the other night, and I hope that everybody is safe in Louisiana, because you know they had the Hurricane Laura, and here in Nashville, Tennessee, I think we got some effects of that. And on Thursday night, it was raining so bad. And you guys, I was writing some stuff down. I was in my office writing some stuff down, and I just look up, and I'm just like, oh, it's a little, you know, like I could see where some water was, a little thing of water. So I'm just, oh my gosh. So I go get the ladder and everything, and I've been living in my townhome for, I want to say this is my 13th year. So, you know, things come up with you know, owning a home. A couple years ago, I had to get an air conditioning unit. So life happens, and you have to be prepared for those things. And so I called the HOA, but they were kind of dragging their feet, and you know, we were supposed to get a lot of rain this weekend, and so I didn't want to, I wanted somebody to come out here and take a look at it. So ended up having to call somebody out here, and it was about $150 for that. So, you know, life can happen real fast, and so you just want to make sure that you're prepared for those things. Number 3, another thing was so I was shopping, and I love skincare. And Estee Lauder and Dillard's, they were having some skincare, they were having a sale where you got a gift. And so I wanted to get like some night cream, and so I got some night cream. Y'all end up getting some makeup. Y'all spent over about $360 on purchasing skincare and makeup products. And then, you know, you get some makeup, and then you got to get brushes. So I went to the MAC counter, got me some brushes, and I'm not necessarily one that usually when I go to Estee Lauder, I'll get my skincare stuff, and then I'll just ask them for samples. So I just had all these samples, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and pick up, you know, some actual products opposed to getting samples all the time. So y'all, I've spent like $360 on makeup this month. So now the next thing was, my car was, I was driving down the interstate, and my car was making a noise. So come to find out, the shield on the bottom of the car was dragging, and then so it was making a noise. So I had to get a shield, and my air conditioning in my car was making a noise. So I took my car to the dealership. So then he was saying I needed some brakes, and they wanted to fix my axle, but I had got my axle fixed like a couple months ago, so they wouldn't charge me for that. So come to find out, basically, long story short, I ended up $560 for my to get work done on my car. And it was really one other thing that they wanted to do, but they said I can wait on it, and it was going to be like $1,000. So like I said, you always want to make sure that you're prepared for these things. And so, you know, I went on and got my back brakes, the shield. I got they did fix the axle and some other things, and so that was $560. So between my axle and, you know, the things for the car, and then for the roof, you know, that was over $600 or $700 that I had to spend just for that. So, you know, I mean, I don't know what to say. So ladies, let me know, do you like the Fabletics pant? And this is actually a shirt that I had got from the Fabletics as well. So this month I spent $147 on Fabletics gear. Now, I love the pants because I love the pockets on it. And so the same day that I was at Dillard's and I was getting the makeup and stuff, we actually have a Fabletics in the mall. And so I had went to the store, and I thought that so the lady told me that the pants were going to be 2 for $24. So I had got excited. I tried some on, and then she was like, no, wait, if you already have a membership, then they're like 50 something dollars. So since I had tried them on and I really liked the pants, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and get me another pair. So I got one pair instead of two. So I got one pair, and then you know how you get the emails, and so they were having a sale. If you spent $100, I think you got $30 off or something like that. And so I ended up getting me 3 shirts and a pair of pants. And you guys, why did I get a pair of pants, or how did I get a pair of pants that didn't have pockets on it? So the other day when the package came in and I got the pants and I put them on, and they feel really good, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna put my phone in there because I like to go to the trail so I can walk, because I try to do about 6 miles. But if I'm drinking those Twix Frappuccinos every day, you know, ain't no telling how many calories those are. But anyway, I found out, because I was like, is it in the back, is it on the side? And then it ended up didn't have any pockets on it, but they feel really good. But I'm just like, dang, do you think that's too much for workout clothes? I mean, I don't know. And then on top of that, so like the first 2 pair that I got, at first, like, I was washing them and then I was putting them in the dryer, and then I'm just like, dang, I feel like they were shrinking. So then I make sure I wash them and I don't put them in the dryer. So then when I washed clothes yesterday, I took 1 pair and I put them out so they could air dry. And y'all, I put 1 pair in the dryer, and so I'm just like, they gonna shrink. And so I'm just like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I did that. But yeah, I went to Fabletics. I'm like, I just can't believe I spent $50 on 1 pair of workout pants. But ladies, drop down in the comments and let me know, how are you guys liking the Fabletics? Like, I make sure every month when it comes around that I stop it so that they don't charge me the $50 a month. But yeah, so I kind of went ham a little bit in the Fabletics online and in the store. The next thing that I'm going to do is, I think for the month of September, there's going to be a no spend month. I'm going to make sure that I do my zero-based budget, and I'm going to allocate the money in the areas that I want. So if I want to have money, you know, let's say somebody, because my one friend, her birthday is this month, so maybe she might be doing something, so I could plan accordingly for that. If, you know, if I want to have my eating out budget, I can do that. So every no spend scenario is different, but I'm going to make sure to allocate my stuff appropriately. But I'm not going to be shopping. I was going to say I'm going to try my best not to go to Starbucks, but I feel like I got to do the opposite of what I'm saying I'm going to do, because when I say I'm not going to go to Starbucks, I go. So maybe I'll just allocate maybe like $20 and then just do it that way. Just wean myself off of the Starbucks and not just cold turkey myself. So opposed to me, like this month I spent over $70 at Starbucks. Maybe next month I can just spend $20. So I'm gonna do a no spend month, and because I don't need no makeup, I don't need any clothes, because I did buy some sandals and they were $70, so that was another thing that I bought. I want to redo my office, but I think I'm gonna wait, and so I'm going to make it be a no spend month. So drop in the comments and let me know, have you did a no spend month, and how do you actually do your no spend month? So to summarize everything, first I'm gonna make sure to know how much money I have coming in compared to how much money I have going out. 2, I'm gonna make sure to use a zero-based budget. 3, I'm gonna plan for fun. So let's say if my friend is gonna have her, let's say something for her birthday, I'm gonna plan accordingly. 4, I'm gonna have a no spend month. But even if I'm having a no spend month, I can still plan accordingly and then make sure that I'm allocating all the money in the appropriate buckets. 4 or 5, I'm gonna make sure to continue to save for rainy days, because as we see for this month, things come up and just want to make sure that I'm prepared for it. So overall, there's only 4 months left in the year for 2020, and I have goals for myself, and I just want to make sure that I am on the path of making sure that I can fulfill my goals. And the only way that I'm going to do that is that I can make sure that I plan, because you know what they say, if you plan to fail, you fail to plan. I messed it up the last time. But I'm just going to make sure that I'm doing the right thing so that my goals can come true, and do it that way. So I hope that you have enjoyed this video. Drop down in the comments and let me know, do you stick to your budget to the T, and what are you overspending on, if you do, and are you gonna, the goals that you created for yourself, are you gonna make those come true for the year 2020? So I really thank you so much if you stayed this far for watching the video. Please like, subscribe, share, and turn on the notification bell so that you can make sure that when new videos come out that you are the first to know. And thanks for watching.
It's not a game.